We all know the stigma of the traditional group tour. You wake up at dawn, follow a brightly colored flag, and surrender your entire day to a rigid schedule with zero room for spontaneous discovery. But what if you could exploit the system? What if you could keep the VIP logistics for the massive historical sites by day and go completely off script on your own at night? This is a 13-day blueprint starting in Istanbul. Our mission is to tackle the sheer, intimidating scale of China by splitting the journey strictly in two. Think of it as a dual itinerary. The top half is your official guided structure, streamlined transport and access for massive UNESCO sites. The bottom half is the blank space, the neon-lit side quests where you take total control of the night. This strategy exposes the friction of modern China, letting the silence of a 1,700-year-old village play against the midnight roar of a commercial megacity. We land in Shanghai and establish our historical baseline. Just outside the city limits sits Zhujiajiao. It's a 1,700-year-old water village where the primary mode of transit is a traditional wooden boat drifting quietly under Ming Dynasty stone bridges. But as the sun drops, we hit the Huangpu River. The Bund serves as a visual bridge, a long stretch of illuminated, historical European facades staring directly across the water at a towering skyline. This is where we drop the guided schedule. You can slip into commercial megacenters, navigating through underground tech stalls and cutting-edge makeup boutiques that stay loud well past midnight. Instead of a formal group banquet, you're grabbing experimental fusion dishes in Xintiandi, a district where brick courtyard houses have been hollowed out and converted into sleek, high-end restaurants. Shanghai's identity lives in the collision between carefully preserved history and a relentless drive toward tomorrow. A short domestic flight drops us into Zhangjiajie, trading the endless concrete grid of the megacity for a towering forest of natural stone monoliths. The official itinerary doesn't hold back here. You find yourself walking across a 430-meter-long glass bridge, looking straight down into a 360-meter sheer canyon drop. It is a pure, visceral hit of adrenaline. And if that doesn't test your nerves, scaling a vertical cliff face inside the Bailong elevator, the heaviest outdoor elevator on Earth, absolutely well. At the top, you look out over the Hallelujah Mountains. These vertical sandstone pillars, wrapped in low-hanging mist, look like they are floating in midair. It's the exact landscape that inspired the cinematic world of Avatar. From this height, even the heaviest outdoor elevator on Earth is reduced to a tiny silver sliver against miles of vertical sandstone. We let the adrenaline settle in Fenhuang. It's an ancient town where intricately carved, stilted wooden houses cling to the riverbanks, their centuries-old pagodas reflecting in the calm, green water. To move deeper south, we board a high-speed train to Guilin, slicing through a timeless, rugged landscape at over 300 kilometers an hour. Arriving in Guilin, we enter the Reed Flute Cave. This is a 180-million-year-old natural limestone network of stalactites, but it is saturated in intense, highly artificial neon light installations. By dusk, the neon fades back into nature on the Li River. We float past the dark silhouettes of local fishermen using cormorant birds, guided only by the warm glow of bamboo lanterns against dramatic peaks. Across modern China, the most ancient landscapes are frequently treated like museum exhibits, carefully lit, technologically enhanced, and curated for maximum visual impact. We take a flight north to Xi'an. Here, the trip shifts away from natural geography and confronts the staggering scale of human ambition. This image shows the Terracotta Army, a massive archaeological grid. You are looking down into deep excavation trenches packed with thousands of individually sculpted clay soldiers and horses, built solely to guard China's first emperor in the afterlife. That sheer volume of labor continues in Beijing. At the Mutianyu section of the Great Wall, you can trace its serpentine path winding over the steep, rugged ridges of the northern Nans. We leave the rugged borders and move to the absolute center of historical power, the Forbidden City. Here, the architecture is organized into vast, empty stone courtyards that lead directly up to the towering, golden-roofed imperial palaces. The impact of this history relies on its physical mass.
the millions of tons of stone and clay mobilized by Imperial Command. After 13 days of relentless motion, we head to the airport for the midnight flight back to Istanbul. It's a lot to process. If you only stick to the historical sites, you miss the explosive energy of the modern cities. But if you only chase the neon, you lose the ancient foundation that built it all. You don't have to choose between the safety of a logistics-driven group tour and the thrill of exploring a foreign city on your own terms. The most complete travel experience uses the official structure to conquer the epic, monumental main quests by day, leaving you completely free to discover the unscripted side quests hidden in the night.